Good afternoon, everyone. You're very welcome to the stream again. So here we are, just ahead of the Russian Grand Prix. I'm really looking forward to this. It's been really mixed up. Just looking at the starting grid, we've Max Verstappen starting in 20th place. So that's where all the excitement is. Can he carve his way through the field? Just to make things a little bit spicier as well, Bottas will be starting in 16th place. So he's also taken an engine penalty, another engine penalty. So he's clearly having some very bad luck with engines, or Mercedes are playing a very strategic game here. I think I know which one. I suspect it is. And yeah, we shouldn't forget, Norris is starting on pole position. So that's his first pole position. He did really well yesterday. Russell did very well as well to come in third place, and Sainz was in second. Leclerc all the way back in 19th place though. So starting from the back, we have Verstappen in 20th, Leclerc in 19th, Latifi 18th, Giovinazzi 17th, Bottas then in 16th. Can he slow down Max Verstappen or do anything to impact that battle? Mazepin starts in 15th, the highest we've seen Mazepin in a long time. It's courtesy of all the penalties, but it is his home race, we shouldn't forget that. Schumacher then in 14th, Raikkonen in 13th, Tsunoda in 12th, Gasly is in 11th. That's a little bit disappointing for him. Vettel is in 10th, Ocon is in 9th, Perez 8th. I'm really not impressed with Perez ever since he signed a new contract. 8th place just isn't good enough considering everything that's happening around him. And if Verstappen, Leclerc and Bottas had actually qualified properly, how far back would he be? He'd be at least 3 places further back, so really not impressed with that. Anyhow, we have Stroll in 7th. Yeah, that's pretty good from Stroll actually. Alonso's in 6th, pretty solid as well. Ricciardo is in 5th, of course he won the last race. We'll see what he can do today. Hamilton in 4th, all eyes on Hamilton. Can he win his 100th Grand Prix formation lap, just starting off by the way. Russell then in 3rd place, Sainz in 2nd and Norris in 1st. Russell really loves the wet track. He gets in some very good qualifying on a wet track, it would appear. The great equalizer. Okay, they're telling Norris they're expecting rain in about 15 minutes time. So is that going to be a one-stopper, hard tyres, starting on the medium, switching to the hard tyres, or vice versa if you're starting on the medium, switching to the hard tyres? The rain could be a big factor here, it really could. How will Lewis Hamilton handle the rain? He seems so good. Right up until qualifying, he was handling the wet circuit very well in the practice sessions, but qualifying, it just got a little bit too much for him when he hit the pit wall. Big surprise. Verstappen has some kind of issue. I didn't hear properly what the issue is with Verstappen. So, thank you everyone who's joining us live. What do you think? Who's going to win today's race? Who are you going for? Who do you want to see win? Who do you think's going to win? A lot of different questions there, all leading to the same thing. The winner, the eventual race winner. I'd love to see Norris win, I have to say. Really would like to see Norris win. Sainz as well. Would be very welcome to see both of those first time winners. Russell will get his wins. He's joining Merc next season. I'm not too pushed about Russell at the moment because I don't think the car is good enough. Hamilton is going to put in some serious challenge for this race win though. Can Ricciardo do anything? Remains to be seen. Yeah, I'm not going to hold my breath for Alonso, although Ocon did win the Hungarian Grand Prix, so if it all goes wrong... Verstappen says all is good now. Okay, whew, a sigh of relief. Coming around to the grid now, getting ready to go. This is where the nerves are really kicking in. If Hamilton can get a really good start here and jump a couple of cars, that'll really help his championship credentials here. But likewise, what can Verstappen do from the start? Can you imagine if Verstappen gets ahead of Bottas? Toto Wolff will not be happy with that. Of course, what's likely to happen is Verstappen could have a collision. Mazepin. Oh my god. That's not what we want to see. Alright, getting ready to go here. Here we go. Getting excited for this one. This has great potential, this race. Verstappen is still not on the grid though, so we're not going anywhere yet. Not going anywhere just yet. Let's see if I can work on the graphics a little bit here as well and get us some additional information. Whew. All right, here are the lights. We're off. Good start for Norris. Good start for Russell as well. Russell's up into second. Look at Ricciardo. Ricciardo's up into third. Who's this? Is this Hamilton now trying to go down the inside? Is Sainz leading? Sainz is leading. He's locked up. Who the heck is that? Alonso's in the lead, but he's he's just cut the corner. Ricciardo is battling with Hamilton. It's all going off here. And it's Norris versus Sainz. These two guys won't want to give an inch against each other. Oh, what's happened to Ricciardo? He's dropped way down. So Russell is in third. Oh, Hamilton is really mixed up here. He's fallen behind Ricciardo. Now Perez is just behind Hamilton. And look at Alonso's ahead of Ricciardo. This is not the start that Hamilton needed. Definitely not the start he needed. Now, Perez, you need to do something here. This is your opportunity. Ricciardo trying to get past Alonso. Can he make it work around the outside? I don't think he's going to be able to pull it off. He has the inside now. He's got him. He's got him. So now it's Alonso versus Hamilton. And we remember the last time they battled back in Hungary, Alonso was not giving an inch either that day. So, all right, okay. Here we go. Now, where's Verstappen? Verstappen is up into 17th. He's at... Oh, Mazepin is in 13th place. Bottas is in 15th, so Verstappen is behind Bottas while they've Latifi in between them. Sainz is pulling away. He's over a second lead now on Norris. So he will be out of DRS range. Hamilton is trying his best here to get around Alonso, but it's not working out for him. It's not working out. Maybe he'll get him here. I think he's going to get him. Oh, here he goes around the outside, but it looks like he has much better traction here, and he'll have the inside line. He's got it done. Hamilton is up into 6th place. Now he needs to chase down Ricciardo. Ricciardo is going to be a different kettle of fish, though. That is a fact. Yellow flag. Yellow flag. What's going on here? Well, we're not seeing anything on the screen at the moment, so it all looks good. 1.3 seconds between Sainz and Norris. Russell then is about 2 seconds down the road. Yuki Tsunoda has dropped to last, so he's had some kind of incident back here. And Mick Schumacher's in second last place. Mazepin is still in 13th. Wow. Mazepin going for the win in his home race. That start by Alonso, he really got a good advantage by going off circuit there. Didn't hear that he had any trouble because of this. Now, the onboard here with Sainz. So Sainz didn't have the best start initially. Russell gets ahead of him, but he gets in the slipstream of Norris. And wow, it's amazing. He actually had the space there with Russell just over beside behind. We need a word that signifies beside behind. But he gets through the little gap and he's up into first, and he's pretty good for the lead at the moment. He's doing really well. All these guys are on medium tyres except for Perez and Alonso, who've actually started on hard tyres. I can see Alonso has dropped behind Perez now as well. We haven't seen that on the race screen though. Yeah, Hamilton did very well there not to get too involved. Here we are on board with Lance Stroll. This will be an interesting one now. We should see all the action ahead of him. So he actually has a chance of getting past Hamilton here. He just, yeah, he can't find a space. Look, he was up into third place there for a second. He pulled alongside Russell. And then he's just losing out. Oh, that's very unfair though, the way that Alonso came back onto track. Okay, it doesn't seem to impact him too much. Oh, they've cut away. Now on board with Ricciardo. This is another one you really want to see here. Ricciardo was definitely in the action. They've cut away from that for some reason. There must be a little bit of action happening on the track. Fastest lap then is for Perez. Perez has the fastest lap on the hard tyre. And so he is now chasing down Hamilton, but he's over 2 seconds behind Hamilton. And that's because it's because he's gone past Alonso now, so he has a little bit of free air. So he should be chasing down Hamilton now, and hopefully he can get into the mix then because of that. So let's have a look at where Hamilton is. He's in 6th place. He's 1.3 seconds behind Ricciardo. No, I'm wrong. He's 0.4 seconds behind Ricciardo. I accidentally added 1 second on there. Wishful sight maybe on this occasion. So, this is critical though. Can Hamilton get past Ricciardo? I was going to say Ricciardo is doing his teammate a favour, but Sainz of course is leading the race. Sainz, an ex-McLaren driver. We shouldn't forget that. So the weather is overcast. Where is that rain? Verstappen is just... Oh, right. Okay, Stroll just being told he needs to get past Russell, and... He definitely is. He definitely does. He's got Ricciardo and Hamilton directly behind him now, so he needs to get a move on. So where is this rain? Verstappen is 0.8 of a second behind Bottas now, so he'll be within DRS range. Bottas has set the fastest lap now, so he's responding to the fact he's under pressure from Verstappen. Can Verstappen make short work of Bottas, or will Bottas play the team game, as I guess is anticipated by Mercedes, and hold him off? There we go. Sainz is leading the race. We don't get to use that graphic very often. I have a graphic for everybody except for Robert Kubica. When he was racing for the last 2 races, I was really hoping he wasn't going to get into the lead, because I did not have anything to put on the screen if he did. As it turned out, it was a moot point. No need to worry about that. Sainz now is a 2-second lead on Norris. Norris has 5 seconds on Russell. Nearly 6 seconds at this stage. Russell is the cork in the bottle here. Bit of a train then. We have Russell, Stroll, Ricciardo, Hamilton, and Perez now is joining that group as well. Yeah, there he is right on the tail of Hamilton. Perez is on the hard tyres, everybody else is on the medium tyres. So Perez will run longer into this race, I would guess. Unless they try to do something here to match Hamilton. I don't think they can, being on the hard tyre. Yeah, the commentator here making the point about everybody having DRS really in that train, except for Russell. Oh, Verstappen is true! Verstappen has gotten past Bottas! Oh my goodness. What a huge, huge statement that is. That is huge for the race. Gasly is ahead. Gasly probably won't be too much of trouble for Verstappen. Well, depends. Maybe he has a grudge. Hamilton's getting very close to Ricciardo here as well. Can Hamilton get the move done on Ricciardo? No, he's just not able to get close enough. How fast will Verstappen now get past Gasly? Leclerc is next up the road, by the way, so that won't be the easiest move in the world. Just imagining the wry smile from Bottas. Oh well, I tried. Alright, well, if that was the strategy then from Mercedes, it's not working at the moment. But if Bottas can stay in touch with Verstappen, he can certainly become a factor again at the pit stop. Maybe you can get the undercut or the overcut or whatever works best here in Russia. And this is Bottas' specialty circuit, by the way. This is the one he's really good at. Plan A, +3 for Sainz. Plan A, I guess, is one-stop strategy. +3 is an additional 3 laps, if I'm deciphering that correctly. And who knows, I probably am not, but still. What a mixed up grid we have. A Ferrari, a McLaren, a Williams, Aston Martin, and another McLaren. They're telling Daniel Ricciardo it could be Plan B, whatever that is. That could be a 2-stopper. If Ricciardo can get past Stroll, that's key here. But Stroll, of course, is stuck behind Russell. And Russell is making a nuisance out of himself. His car is by no means the fastest car out there. Very far from it, I would say. So he's performing so well to hold on to third place at the moment. Okay, so Gasly is still ahead of Verstappen, 0.7 of a second in it. But I don't think he's going to be ahead of him for long. I have this funny feeling. Call me crazy. Just waiting for a big move to happen here. We're back on board with Bottas. Yeah, he's gone very close to Verstappen. Oh, Verstappen has gone past Gasly. As anticipated, though, that's not a huge surprise. So now Gasly has Bottas for company. Red Bull team game definitely comes into play here. I think Gasly should make a nuisance out of himself for Bottas, or he will at least try his best. Norris going 0.4 and 0.6 of a second faster than Sainz on the last 2 laps, and he's now closed that gap to within 1 second. Latifi and Giovinazzi tangling here. Giovinazzi is run off the circuit. Now, here's the on-nose camera with Verstappen as he's trying to get the move done here on Gasly. Yeah, just the Honda rear wing, and that didn't look difficult at all. He just went down the inside. Very arbitrary move there. Now Norris. Norris is getting the push on Sainz here. I think Norris fancies his chances of getting past Sainz. 0.6 of a second now. DRS is in play. Look at that. He's gone very, very close. Team radio for Sainz. Sainz says he needs to start pushing. Yeah, well, I think you do. I don't know if these guys should be pushing though. They have Russell holding off the rest of the field, and I think whilst Russell is doing that, they should just keep going. DRS wide open on Norris now. No, he can't get the move done. He's definitely putting the pressure on. And meanwhile, we have an onboard shot from Verstappen. He's 0.8 of a second behind Leclerc. He's definitely not close enough to get a move done there, but Leclerc is battling with Vettel. We just had a radio message there from Hamilton. Haven't heard a lot of him in this race at all. Ooh. Leclerc and Vettel almost came together there and nearly took Verstappen out of it. Verstappen's gotten past Leclerc. So Gasly now is behind Leclerc, and Bottas then stuck behind Gasly. This is not working out well for Bottas in the slightest. Not in the slightest. Verstappen now. Can he get past Vettel? Now, here's a replay. Let's see what happened here. And Leclerc pulled the move on Vettel down the inside. He got it done. He ran wide. Oh! And they whoa! Oh my goodness. I thought I'd seen the worst of that. Oh, Verstappen is worried about his front wing. I don't blame him. It really looked like Leclerc nearly came across the front of him there. There's a whole bunch of action happening here at the front as well. Norris was almost past there. They're so close now. Sainz just about holds on to the lead for the time being. Russell now is only 6.4 seconds back. He was over 7 seconds behind. So this battling between these two is actually slowing them down. Now Verstappen has to get the move done on Vettel. We don't have a shot at that at the moment. Let's see what the gap is. Yeah, it's 0.8 of a second, 0.7 of a second. It's pretty damn tight. They've just told Verstappen his front wing is fine. We see the message up on the screen at the moment. And Sainz has pulled 1.4 seconds now on Norris. So I don't know if Norris just was in the dirty air for too long, was worried about his tyres, or if Sainz got a little bit of magic on the engine. 12 laps gone. 12 laps gone already. This has been very exciting so far. George Russell, yeah, he has no problem there whatsoever. Stroll is pretty close to him, but he doesn't look like he's pushing him too hard. And even Stroll has DRS, but it's just not giving him a huge advantage here. Ricciardo looks comfortable. Hamilton just looks like he's not even trying at the moment to get past Ricciardo. And tyre wear definitely has to be a factor for him as well. As it stands at the moment, Hamilton will pick up a handful of points. Verstappen is in 12th place, so he's outside of the points. Yeah, so Hamilton would go to the top of the Driver Championship if the race were to end right now. Well, if it were to end with everyone in these positions, not right now, because if it ended right now, we'd only have half points, I guess, yet again. Just like at the Belgian Grand Prix, where we never even really got started there, though, did we? Russell says... was that Russell or was that Sainz? I heard it, I didn't see it. One of them saying their front left is gone. I think that was Sainz, actually. Might have been Norris, in fact. So they're showing us a shot of Norris. Yeah, you can definitely see that tyre. There's a lot of wear on the tyre. Stroll is in the pits. Ooh, that is interesting. Onto the hard tyre. So he is certainly going to try the undercut. This will be intriguing to see how this works out now. So that elevates Hamilton and Ricciardo one position. What can they do with Russell? Because Stroll was not making any inroads whatsoever into Russell's lead. Well, Russell's third place advantage. Stroll, yeah, he comes out ahead of Giovinazzi. And he is about 12 seconds behind Bottas. So that's a clean, open track ahead of him. Clear air. Verstappen, he's still stuck. Norris has taken the lead here. Norris has taken the lead. Did not see what happened there. Norris is in the lead. Alright, give us a replay of this. What happened? 0.5 of a second, 0.6 of a second in the lead. He's pulling away. Yeah, 0.9 of a second. So he definitely has much better speed than Sainz. What happened here? Let's have a look. DRS just gets the run on him, pulls it to the inside. Lovely move. Easy move. He made it look easy. Very clean move. Nicely done by Norris. And he's in the lead. Here's the Williams pit crew now. Yeah, it's George Russell. He's in. Medium's off. Hard tires on. Off he goes. That wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad at all. Stroll is ahead of George Russell. The undercut working really well here for Stroll. He's about a second ahead of Russell. Oh, poor George Russell. He did so well to hold on to third place. So that theoretically puts Stroll in third place as it stands at the moment. What are Ricciardo and Hamilton going to do here? They are in danger. They are in big danger. They need to pit. Otherwise, Stroll could be ahead of them. Russell could be ahead of them as it stands at the moment. On board with Verstappen, who's now in 9th place. When did that happen? And is he going to get past Vettel here? Yeah, he gets past. Nice move. Whoa, look at that. Sparks. Dramatic looking shot there. Great move. So that is Verstappen now up into 9th place. And Raikkonen is just ahead of him. Leclerc. No, it's Carlos Sainz is into the pits. Here we go. Carlos Sainz. Now, where will Carlos Sainz come out relative to Stroll? This is interesting. He had about 6.5 seconds lead over Russell. Hamilton is into 3rd place now, 8 seconds off the lead. Fastest lap from Leclerc in 10th place, 9th place. Sainz is coming out. Behind Bottas. He's ahead of Stroll at the moment. Let's see. Oh, here comes Stroll. Coming around the final corner. Oh, it looks like Sainz is just ahead of him. But on cold tyres, there's a big opportunity here for Stroll. Oh, Sainz should be able to hold him off. That undercut was fantastic for Stroll. Look how close he is to Sainz now. That's worked really well for him. Hamilton is in big danger here. Yeah, Norris hasn't pitted either, so Norris is going to be in big trouble. So Norris and Hamilton. Ricciardo has changed to plan B, whatever that is. Which I assumed was a two-stopper, which would mean he would have stopped already. But no, he's going to run long, I guess. I'd say plan B now is Ricciardo running long. Perez, of course, is on the hard tyres, so he is going to run long. And he's going to try then and use the medium tyres towards the end of the race. I wonder if there's any way they could get him on soft tyres before the end of the race. Oh, they want to keep Lando Norris out. They want to keep him out for longer. Oh, I don't know. Looks like Alonso is in the pits. No, is Ocon actually gone into the pits and Raikkonen's gone in. That means Verstappen now is up into 6th place. Verstappen is on the hard tyres, I think. Yeah, let's see here. Yeah, those are the white wall tyres. So Verstappen's on the hard tyres. What an intriguing race. I cannot call this. I would have to say, as it stands at the moment, Stroll. Advantage. No, well, advantage Sainz actually, with Stroll in 2nd place. That's how it looks to me at the moment. This is insane. Absolutely insane. I'm loving it. Oh, let me know what you guys are thinking of this race. This is very, very exciting. I cannot call this for the life of me at all. I do not know how this is going to turn out. What point in time does Hamilton start getting frustrated as well? Alright, let's have a look at the positions as they stand at the moment. So Norris is leading the race. Ricciardo now in 2nd place. So McLaren 1-2 yet again. 2nd race in a row. Long, long way to go. We're only on lap 17. Let's not forget that. Now Hamilton has got the push on. He's 0.4 of a second behind Ricciardo. Now, Hamilton looks very, very close here to Ricciardo. Can he do something? We should see DRS open up here soon. Perez has stayed in touch with Hamilton as well, but he has never looked like he's making a problem out of himself, unfortunately. But Perez will come into play much later into this race now, given the different strategy that he's on. Fastest lap at the moment is with Verstappen. Verstappen is in 6th place now, behind Alonso. Alonso hasn't pitted yet either. Here comes Hamilton again. No, Ricciardo just has enough to hold him off for the time being. This must be very frustrating now for Hamilton. He has such a great opportunity here. Hope nobody has told him that Verstappen is up into 6th place. Now, this is 6th place. Without having taken a pit stop yet, of course. Alright, so Norris first, Ricciardo 2nd, Hamilton 3rd, Perez is in 4th, Alonso is in 5th, Verstappen now 6th, Leclerc 7th, Vettel 8th. Another fastest lap there from Verstappen. Gasly 9th, Bottas is in 10th, Sainz 11th, Stroll 12th, Russell 13th. So 11th, 12th, 13th, those are the guys who were in the lead of the race and have pitted. I suspect that if Norris pits now, he comes out behind Sainz, Stroll and Russell. Norris is speculating that the track is improving and that's what's masking the degradation of the tyres. Quite potentially, yeah. I'll take your word for it. He would know better than me. That's a fact. Now Ricardo is pulled from Hamilton ever so slightly, still within DRS range, but it's gone more like 8-9 of a second as opposed to half a second. And just as I say it, here we go back down to half a second. It's just relative to the position and the track they're on, I suppose. Ricardo obviously has the advantage in certain parts, and then Hamilton completely closes in on the parts with more turns. Just has to get right up onto the wing of Ricardo and try and pull off this move, but it's much easier said than done. It's not working so well. Hamilton now has 1 second and 5 10,000ths behind, so he just missed out on DRS. The wing is open, so he must have just snuck inside the 1 second just at the last moment. Around there. So we're not seeing much of Norris at the moment. Norris has a 9.4 second gap back to his teammate. It's all Ricardo and Hamilton now, as you would expect, and of course Perez is there to pick up the pieces if anything happens. Very grey sky. Very grey, but no sign of the rain yet. I wonder now, what's the gap between Verstappen and Alonso? It's 1.3 seconds. That would be huge if Verstappen could get past Alonso, because then his teammate is just up the road. Almost 20 laps done now. This race has been fantastic so far. Absolutely fantastic. And who's going to win this? Hamilton doesn't look like he's going to win this race as it stands at the moment. He needs to get past Ricardo. He needs to do a little bit better than this. He'll get good points regardless, but he can do better. That elusive 100 race win as well is just getting away from him here. When is Hamilton going to take his engine penalty? You would have to speculate that Hamilton will need to take an engine penalty at some stage in this season as well. Bottas team radio. Alright, they're telling Bottas he's looking at a top 5 finish, so they have a lot of faith in this one-stop strategy, starting with the hard tyres, which of course is the same strategy that Verstappen is on. Verstappen is ahead of Bottas, so if Bottas is finishing in the top 5, Verstappen is also finishing in the top 5 ahead of him. Fascinating. Fascinating. So do they think they can... Yeah, this all adds to the intrigue here. So Sainz is 28 seconds off the lead. Verstappen is 15 seconds off the lead. So doing the math here, that's about 12-13 seconds advantage over Sainz. If Sainz gets held up here in any way, this all works into Verstappen's advantage. But Verstappen now is behind Alonso and will need to get past him very, very quickly. He's less than a second now behind Alonso. Alonso, actually, here he comes. He's going to join the train here onto the tail of Perez. So Verstappen can almost see Hamilton. Alright. Hamilton wants the undercut on Ricciardo. Yeah, I still wonder where these guys come out. So if Hamilton pits now, where does he come out relative to Sainz, Stroll and Russell? That's the question. And even Giovinazzi. Has Giovinazzi pitted? No, Giovinazzi hasn't pitted yet. So I think the gap between Russell and Ocon is potentially where they come back out. Now, much fresher tyres, which should help them towards the end of the race. But once again, it comes down to the on-track overtakes that would be required here. Max Verstappen is on fire though. So many fastest laps coming from him. What's the gap now? Verstappen 15 seconds off the lead. Hamilton 12 seconds off the lead. 3 seconds between Hamilton and Verstappen. Oh, who would have thought it? So this really does go to show you how much Hamilton has been delayed behind these cars. How much of an issue Russell has caused here. And once again, when the McLaren gets ahead, it is pretty damn good. We saw that at the Italian Grand Prix, and it's very much the same thing again here. Of course, it's Norris and not Ricciardo leading this time, but Ricciardo is ahead of Hamilton, and he is making a nuisance out of himself. Perez getting very close to Hamilton now, 0.6 of a second. My god, can you imagine if Perez put a move on Hamilton and took him out of the race? Oh my god, I think all Formula 1 fans would do best just to avoid the internet for the next 2 weeks. Go into hiding. It would be meltdown. On board here with Perez, so you kind of starting to see the gap between himself and Hamilton, and I would not say that Perez is putting Hamilton under that much pressure at all. I'm sure Hamilton will be aware he's there, he'll see him in his mirrors. Nice placement of Hamilton's car there, more so in the center of the track rather than on the racing line. So is he gone defensive already? There's some rain in the pit lane, and they're now telling Norris to extend it. Mercedes mechanics. Oh, here come the hard tires. Oh, Ricciardo has responded and Hamilton stays out. Oh my goodness. I didn't think you were allowed to do this where you... Yeah, back in they go. The Mercedes pit crew run back in. I didn't think you were allowed to do this dummy pit stops anymore. Oh, Ricciardo is stuck. What's happening here? Ah, come on. Ah. Big Ricciardo fan, if you didn't know. Big fan of Ricciardo. So it's raining in the pit lane, we're also hearing. Why would you come in now and change? Ricciardo has absolutely been played by Mercedes there. Absolutely played by Mercedes. Dirty tactics from Mercedes, I would say. However, we have a race on our hands. Hamilton now has a whole bunch of clear air to try and chase down Norris. We have a race on our hands. And Hamilton, this is the best chance he's going to get. This is really the best chance he's going to get. Now, what happened to Ricciardo here? Let's see this. He comes in nicely into his pit markings. All the tyres are on. They just held him. The light didn't go green, that was the issue, and it's linked to the new regulations, which I'm not going to pretend to understand fully yet. I haven't read up on them yet, but it seems like they've caused nothing but trouble. Perez is getting the push now. He needs to get past Hamilton. This is completely critical now for Perez. You really need to get past Hamilton. This is where you earn your contract for next year. I don't believe he will get past him, by the way. I don't think he has a hope of getting past Hamilton. Verstappen, though, still hasn't gotten past Alonso. Verstappen, of course, is up into 5th place now, courtesy of the Ricciardo pit stop. So where did Ricciardo pan out? Ricciardo panned out behind Esteban Ocon. Esteban Ocon has pitted already. Oh, so the undercut did big damage to Ricciardo there. Huge damage. So we've Sainz in 10th, Stroll in 11th, Russell in 12th, Ocon 13th, and Ricciardo in 14th. Verstappen can't turn the car, he says. What a super race. What a super race so far. Norris still in the lead, 12.5 seconds ahead of Hamilton. Lap 24, so nearly halfway into the race on the medium tyres. That is good going. Very good going. But we can say the same thing for Norris and Hamilton. And Alonso, I think Alonso was on the hard tyres. Yeah, Alonso was on the hard tyres. So that's why he's making a nuisance of himself in there as well. Verstappen is on hard tyres. Leclerc, has Leclerc pitted? No, Leclerc hasn't pitted. Oh, I'm not sure what tyres Leclerc was on. I'm just trying to see here on my screen. Do you have any idea what tyres he was on? Hi Kai, thanks for your comment. So how close is Verstappen to Alonso? He's within 1 second of Alonso. At the moment it is... it's 1.2 seconds at the moment between Alonso and Verstappen. So Verstappen must be taking a bit of a break from hustling Alonso there. Now Verstappen has Leclerc for company very soon. Leclerc is closing in on Verstappen as well. Fastest lap from Ricciardo. Ricciardo has a little bit of space. He has 3 seconds now on Russell. So Ricciardo gets to battle Russell again, just like earlier on in the race. This time the big difference is that Stroll is ahead of the pair of them. So weird messages there between Verstappen and his team. So Verstappen seems to be implying that his tyres are gone. Now he's on the hard tyres, and they're trying to figure out where he'll come back out onto the track. Hi Majin, where are you watching? I'm actually watching it on Sky Sports. Which is pretty much the only place I can watch this race, actually. I don't love the commentary team on Sky Sports, but I put up with them. I can tolerate them. Now, we are on board here with Leclerc, I think. Hamilton now 11.7 seconds behind Norris. That gap between Norris and Hamilton is pretty stable, even though Hamilton has been released here. So as it stands right now, because there has been a lot of movement, you can see here on the screen as well. So Norris is in first, Hamilton is in second, Perez is in third, Alonso fourth, Verstappen fifth, Leclerc sixth, Vettel seventh, big lock up there from Hamilton. Vettel is in 7th, Gasly is in 8th, Bottas is in 9th, and Sainz back into the points in 10th place, with Stroll in 11th, Russell in 12th, Ricciardo in 13th, and Ricciardo actually has the fastest lap at the moment, and I think he will make his way back into the top 10 at some stage, so that's something at least. 2 seconds now between Alonso and Verstappen. So Verstappen has taken the clean air that he has been allowed, courtesy of Hamilton having clean air, courtesy of Perez having clean air. P5 finish for Sainz is what they're telling him on the radio. Bottas also something similar that has been told. Bottas hasn't pitted yet. Here's Hamilton. He's into the pits now. Please, 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 Lewis, stay out of the wall. Don't go into the wall, okay? He's come around the corner. It's all good. Now, Red Bull mechanics are out as well. Hard tyres onto Hamilton. And this is Verstappen is in just behind him. Verstappen onto the medium tyres. Off he goes. Woo. Oh my god. I was really worried we were going to see a slow pit stop from one of these guys. So Verstappen is coming out now just behind Hamilton. Race on. Race on. They're going at it again. Here we go. Sainz gets past Bottas. Woohoo! It's all happening now. What a great race this has been so far. Verstappen gets past Ocon straight away. Oh, okay, so the way it's fed back out. Hamilton is in 9th place, Ricciardo 10th, Russell 11th, Verstappen now in 12th place. Verstappen will be coming up behind Russell next. They're asking Norris how many more laps he can do at this pace. He says, maybe 10. The gap he had with Hamilton was very consistent the whole way, so he was definitely lapping the same speed as Hamilton. I'm just really worried about the undercut now, what it's going to do to Norris. Perez is up into 2nd place, by the way, and Alonso's in 3rd place, with Leclerc in 4th. Gasly is in 5th. Gasly going under the radar somewhat. Let's see. Sainz is now the highest placed driver who has taken a pit stop, so he's in 6th place. So he's more or less the race leader when it all nets out after the pit stops, I believe. Yet the team are telling him they expect him to finish in 5th place. Well, he's 30 seconds behind the leader. I think that's where the problem starts from. Norris is coming in though. Now, where will Norris come back out relative to Sainz? That's the big question, because Norris was ahead of Sainz just before that pit stop got taken, and Verstappen is through on Russell. Verstappen is up into 11th. He's got the move done. So Ricciardo next for Verstappen. Alright, Norris is coming in this lap for a pit stop as well. So we're looking at the guys now who haven't taken a pit stop yet, and they are Bottas in 7th, Gasly in 5th, Leclerc in 4th, Alonso in 3rd, Perez in 2nd, and Norris in 1st place. Just waiting for Norris to come around now and take his pit stop. I am anxious now. I'm anxious, I'm eager. I need to see where he's coming out. Alright, the tyres are out of the blankets, hard tyres for Norris. Here he comes now. Feels so slow at the moment. Feels so slow. And lovely overhead. It's like the Drive to Survive one here. Camera angle. Overhead. Off he goes. Lovely. Lovely stop. 2.9 seconds. Very nice. Very nice. Very smooth. Now, where's Norris coming out? He's at the pit exit. Here's Bottas. Bottas is in the pits. Oh my god. It's all happening here. Wow. 2.4 seconds. What a fast stop that was for Bottas. Max Verstappen has the fastest lap of the race. 3 seconds behind Ricciardo. Hamilton has just overtaken Lance Stroll. So he's 2 seconds now behind Sainz, who, as I said, is the net leader of the race. Potentially. Not anymore. Norris has come out in 4th place, so Norris should be the net leader of the race. There we go. Alright, so Perez is now the race leader. There we go. Alonso's in 2nd place, 4 seconds behind Perez. Now, Sainz is trying to get past Gasly here. Of course, Gasly hasn't made a stop yet, so Sainz tyres should be much, much better. Hamilton is right on the tail of Sainz as well, so Sainz needs to get this move done ASAP. Verstappen, the only car in the top 10 on the medium tyres, and he has to go to the end on these. Fascinating. I feel like I've said that word a lot today. What a great race. So far, so good, at least. So far, so good. We're 30 laps into this race, so we've only 23 laps, so we've gone beyond the halfway point. It's been thoroughly entertaining. Oh, is Hamilton go get the move here on Sainz? Oh, he's got him. Hamilton is true on Sainz, so that's Hamilton into the net lead of the race, per my prediction. Great for Hamilton. Alright, well, Toto Wolff on the radio telling Lewis he can win the race. Well, yeah, he can. He can, actually. He didn't look so great in the first stint, but he's looked fantastic since pitting. And these hard tires suiting him very well. He's gone past Sainz. And... oh, yeah, sorry. No, Norris is in the net lead of the race. I keep forgetting about Norris. He's just ever so slightly ahead there. So Norris is in 4th place at the moment. And the gap then between Norris and Gasly is about 8 seconds. Hamilton, oh, he's going to make short work of Gasly here. Through he goes. He should be, it's done. Easy. His tyres are just in much, much better shape. Much better shape for his tyres. Hamilton versus Norris. This is the battle we now have. So let's see, the gap between those two guys is 8 seconds. Verstappen is trying to work on Ricciardo now. There's about 5/10 of a second between them. Lewis Hamilton, fastest lap. Fastest lap. So this is it. Norris versus Hamilton for the race win. As it stands right now, Verstappen is not in the mix. He is on the softer tyres, but will they last to the end of the race? And of course, he needs to get past Ricciardo, Stroll, Sainz and Gasly. Gasly should be pitting soon enough, I would guess, so I'm not too worried about Gasly, but Ricciardo is not going to be an easy man to get past. Perez has 5 seconds on Alonso. Alonso, of course, hasn't pitted yet either. Same with Leclerc. Leclerc is 8 seconds behind the leader, so 3 seconds behind Alonso. And then we have Norris a further 4 seconds down the road, but of course Norris has pitted. And he'll be closing in fast on those guys as well, I guess. No, sorry, Norris is 13 seconds behind Leclerc. Those weren't gaps from the leader, they're gaps from the car ahead. Ricciardo has gotten past Lance Stroll. That's a really important move for Ricciardo. Really important. Stroll was the man with the undercut, but now is struggling for tyre traction. Hamilton has just set another fastest lap, so Hamilton, it's hammer time. It's hammer time. Ooh. Look at the flex on the wing there. This is Max Verstappen we're on board with. And he's past Stroll. Easy. Okay, so Stroll is really struggling now. And that is bad news then for Sainz as well, because Sainz pitted in around the same time as Stroll. And Russell. Russell, by the way, is in 11th place. Next up we have Gasly ahead of Sainz. Ricciardo looks very racy here. He does indeed. There's the graphic, just showing us how many laps they have on their new tyres. So Stroll, of course, has the most. And it kind of shows. interesting. So all of the top three still need to stop. "33 laps gone, so there are 20 laps left in this race." It's getting there. No sign of rain yet. We did hear earlier there was some rain in the pit lane, but it never went any further than that, and it didn't sound like it got very heavy either. No rain in play at the moment, which is good. We've had a great race without it. I don't think we need the rain at all to spice this up. Maybe the last 2 or 3 laps, just to give us the ultimate entertainment at the end of it all. It's been good so far. It's been very good so far. Alright, what's going on? My stream has stopped. That's what's going on. You guys can't be serious. You can't be depriving me of this race. That's completely disappeared. That's alright. I have a backup. Sainz can't get the move done yet on Gasly, which is really hurting him now. It's really hurting him. Hamilton 7 seconds, well, 6.5 seconds behind Norris now. Hamilton is absolutely closing in on Norris. There's no doubt about it here. No doubt at all. Oh, Mick Schumacher is retiring from the race. He is currently the only car that's out of the race as well. Attrition not very high here today at this race, which is good news. Gasly is pitted. Valtteri has been told to get past everyone in front of him. Yeah, it's as easy as that. Maybe when you're in a Mercedes it's as easy as that. Definitely not for other cars. And Ricciardo has gone past Sainz. Once again, another important move from Ricciardo. And that puts him behind Hamilton. Now, if Hamilton can get past Norris, that puts Ricciardo just directly behind his teammate as well. So second and third place at the moment. That's a lot of hypotheticals in there because, of course, at the moment it's Perez leading, Alonso second, and Norris is in third. No, Norris has gotten past Leclerc. When did that happen? That took me by surprise. I don't think they've showed us that on the screen at all. I'm just looking at the timing over here. Yeah, so Norris has gone past Leclerc. There's a gap of 4 seconds. Hamilton is right on Leclerc now, so Hamilton should be getting past Leclerc really, really soon. Verstappen is so close to Ricciardo now as well. Oh, you know what? I'm having an absolute brain fart here. So I'm looking at Sainz ahead of Ricciardo. Did Ricciardo not just get past Sainz? No, that was Norris getting past Leclerc. I was so focused on the battle between Ricciardo and Sainz. I was saying it was an important move for Ricciardo to get done. He hasn't gotten it done, not yet at least. And yeah, Verstappen now is getting really interested in getting past Ricardo. And that for Verstappen is critical as well as crucial. He really needs to get past here. He really, really does need to get past. Hamilton still hasn't gotten past Leclerc. I guess he's going to get past him very, very. Yeah, he just goes past him now, just as I say that. Two stop strategy pit window is open. I didn't know if anybody was obviously on the two stop strategy. I thought most cars were going to do the one stopper, but for Stroll and for Sainz, that might be the way to go. Sainz now is behind his teammate. Well, there's about a 15-second gap in it. But and Leclerc's into the pits. Just as I was going to say, he needs to pit. And he'll be going onto the medium tyre now for the last number of laps here. So it'll be about 17 laps of medium. That's a decent handful of laps to use for the medium tyres. This is very good. There he goes. So Sainz now will go up into 5th place. Ricardo into 6th. Verstappen into 7th. A bit of an issue on the rear left for Leclerc, so that slowed him down. That's going to damage him. Russell is ahead of him. Ocon has gone past him now as well. And Raikkonen and Vettel, just to make it worse. But he's going to battle here with Vettel. That's not Vettel, that's Bottas he's battling with. And he stays ahead of Bottas. So Leclerc gets ahead of Bottas. This is bad news for Mercedes. Very bad for Mercedes. Leclerc on much, much fresher tyres now than Bottas. Softer tyres as well. Hamilton asking if his pace is good and confirmed. His pace is very good. He's slowly but surely cutting the gap to Norris. 3.5 seconds. Alonso and Perez. Perez is in the pits. Perez is in the pits. Which means, dare I say it, Alonso's winning the race. Oh, Alonso's in the pits. Alonso's in the pits. There he goes. It's Norris back in the lead again. So Norris led the race. Alonso led the race for a couple of seconds there. Oh, that was nice. Good for him. Good for him. Norris leads now 2.8 seconds ahead of Hamilton. Sainz and Ricardo have gotten past Perez. So Perez has stopped. He's come back out in 5th place. They were hoping for slightly better. Verstappen. Ooh, Verstappen is just behind Perez. 0.5 of a second behind Perez. Will he be allowed to go through? Perez has much fresher tyres though. This is a strategic nightmare. Yeah, it was a slow pit stop for Perez. 8.9 seconds. That's caused him a lot of damage. That's why it's happened that way. So what's going to happen here? Alonso now is just behind Verstappen. Alonso is very, very close to Verstappen. We're concentrating on the Norris battle here on the TV screen. I would like them to go... I would like them to go back to this battle between Perez, Verstappen, and Alonso. Still under a second between Perez and Verstappen. I don't know. I would have thought that Perez would have let Verstappen through by now if he had been given the go-ahead to do that. .9 seconds. Hamilton to Norris. Oh, I think Hamilton might get him here. I think Hamilton might get him. We have 15 laps to go. Alonso has taken Verstappen. Alonso up into 6th place. This is bad news for Verstappen. And now Alonso is 1.5 seconds behind Perez. Verstappen might have to pit again. Here's a replay now. Oh, Alonso, nice clean move down the inside. He just had better speed and better traction. Hamilton now is on. Well, he's almost on the tail of Norris. He's getting very, very close to him here. How will Norris handle this pressure? Fastest lap again for Lewis Hamilton. 15 laps to go. That's surely not right though. 15 laps to go. 14 laps to go. I think that graphic on the screen was wrong. Mazepin now is in last place, 19th place at his home race. Giovinazzi 18th, Tsunoda 17th, Latifi 16th, Gasly 15th, Bottas 14th, Leclerc 13th, Vettel 12th, Raikkonen 11th, Ocon is in 10th, Russell is in 9th, Stroll is in 8th, Verstappen is in 7th, Alonso is in 6th, Perez is in 5th, Ricciardo is in 4th, Sainz is in 3rd, Hamilton is in 2nd, and Norris is in 1st place. So there's our top 19 at the moment. Mick Schumacher is out of the race. Not sure why he needs to retire, but the team came on the radio telling him they had to retire the car because they couldn't resolve the issue. So don't know what that is. And there's Norris, I think, going past Mazepin. And Hamilton gets past him now as well. Rain expected in 10 laps. Leclerc has just been told on the team radio. All right. It might be a little bit too late. So we have about 13 laps left in this race. So I'm not sure the rain will play a very big factor in this if it does come. And I'm not convinced it will come. Not convinced. 18 degrees Celsius at the moment there. Fastest lap from Lando Norris. So he's pulled a little bit away from Hamilton based on that. 1.8 seconds now. So Norris does have something up his sleeve. And here we're back on board now with Perez, who's trying to get up close to Ricciardo. Ricciardo 1.8 seconds behind Sainz, who's in 3rd place. Oh, yes, of course, Perez is on medium tyre. That explains a lot. That's why he's got a little bit of extra pace here. If he can get 4th place, that will be very useful for him, considering Bottas is down in 14th and out of the points. Can Bottas get back into the points? He's 0.3 of a second behind Vettel. I think he's probably going to get the move done on Vettel soon. Perez can't get anything done just yet. 0.6 of a second, 0.8 of a second now. But when he gets into DRS, let's see what he can do here. Ricciardo is not an easy man to get past at all. Hamilton can attest to that. It stays pretty constant, 1.8 seconds between Hamilton and Norris. Norris, of course, is ahead of Hamilton. See if I can get my stream back. It's dropped yet again. Frustrating. Yeah, got it. Got it. Hoping it stays. There is Sainz going through in 3rd place, and Ricciardo and Perez coming up behind him, about 2 seconds behind him. Perez looks very close to Ricciardo here. He's going to try around the outside. He doesn't get the move done. Ricciardo just places his car so nicely on the track there. Perez can't get the move done. They've lost a little bit of time on Sainz with all the struggles that they're going through there as well. So definitely not ideal. Work together, guys. And then try to get the move done in the last 2 or 3 laps. Probably amounts to the same thing, really. Doesn't matter. We're being entertained, and that's all that matters. Leclerc now runs at the top 10. So he's in 10th, Russell is in 9th, Stroll is in 8th, Verstappen 7th, Alonso 6th, Perez 5th, Ricciardo 4th, Sainz is in 3rd, Hamilton is in 2nd, 1.7 seconds behind Lando Norris in 1st place. Norris has 11 more laps to go. Can he hold on? Amazing to think that we could be going for 2 McLaren wins in a row here. I don't want to jinx it though. I don't want to jinx it. So we're either going for a first time win for Lando Norris or the 100th race win for Lewis Hamilton. And a substantial points haul as well, with Verstappen stuck in 7th place. And Verstappen isn't going any higher than that. I can't see him going any higher unless there's some kind of issue for the cars ahead of him. Norris currently has the fastest lap of the race as well. That would be 1 additional point for him if he can keep this. Oh, it looks like a little bit of rain on the lens there from the helicopter. Maybe rain could become a factor here. Now Leclerc has gotten past Russell. Clean move. He gets it done. Russell is fighting back immediately though. No, he won't be able to get anything done like that. .5 seconds now between Norris and Hamilton. Now, they're on the team radio just telling Lewis that there will be a threat of rain before the end of the race, which is fair enough just to make him aware. Hamilton hasn't come on the radio yet saying that his tyres are shot, because when he does that, I am officially worried for Norris when that message comes. Come on, Norris, you can do this. 1.2 seconds now. Oh, that gap closes a little bit. Hamilton now trying to get within DRS range of Norris. I so hope that Norris can hold him off and battle him here. Karun Chanok says the rain is coming. I don't know, guys. There are just less than 10 laps left here. 9 laps to go. I don't think the rain is going to be a major factor in this race yet. .1 seconds between Norris and Hamilton. Can you feel the nerves? Can you feel the nerves? I can feel the nerves now. Sainz is still in 3rd place, by the way. 29 seconds behind Hamilton. Bottas has also been told that the rain is coming. Bottas is way down in 14th place. He has not been able to make this strategy work. So by comparison, when you compare Bottas, who, by the way, is an expert at this track, or has been in previous years, with what Verstappen has done. Verstappen started in 20th, Bottas started in 16th, Verstappen's in 7th place. So Verstappen, I would hope, would feel relatively happy with 7th. Look, he's a race winner. He wants to win the whole time, so he probably won't be happy with that. But it's a good handful of points, considering what he was up against. And he gets his new engine. He gets the penalty out of the way. Of course, he had the 3-place grid penalty as well that he took for the incident with Hamilton at the last race. I'm tempted to say the Dutch Grand Prix. It wasn't the Dutch Grand Prix, it was the Italian Grand Prix. 1.09 seconds now between Norris and Hamilton. But Verstappen is relatively well set up for the rest of this season, I would say, having taken that new engine. Hamilton, you can speculate, will have to take a penalty at some point in time as well to get a new engine, unless he can get his way through the season on the 3 engines he has been assigned. I don't know if he can do that. Russell's on the team radio saying that there is rain at one of the turns, by the way. So, no smoke without fire, they say. No clouds without rain. Could be the other way to look at that. So something is happening here. 1.1 seconds now between Norris and Hamilton. It's fluctuating. Can Hamilton get into the DRS range? 1.2 seconds. No, it looks like he won't be into DRS this time round. And indeed, his back wing hasn't opened up, so he isn't there. Hawkimi Hawk. Nice name. You agree on that one? Bottas is Bottas. Yeah, Bottas is Bottas, unfortunately. Very disappointing for Bottas. A little bit of movement happening on the track here. Vettel goes past Ocon. Raikkonen is ahead of Bottas at the moment. Alfa Romeo. Are they getting the better fin in the move next season? I don't know. I think Bottas will be rejuvenated next season with the move. He's clearly feeling very beat down at the moment by everything that's happening in Mercedes. I think he lacks confidence. Risk of rain is increasing, they're telling Lewis Hamilton. That gap is still in around 1 second. 9.5 seconds now. Here's Perez trying to get past Ricciardo. Oh, he gets a great run on him here. Tries to go down the inside. Can he get it done? Perez gets it done. Did he leave enough room for Ricciardo? I think he did just about. It'll be harsh for Perez to be penalised for that. So that's Perez up into 4th place now. Ooh, umbrellas. Hawkimi Hawk, a violation against Bottas. I completely agree. Bottas did not need a new engine this race weekend. What's happening? What's happening with Mercedes? All right, 8 laps to go. Verstappen. yeah. Paul Di Resta making a very good point here, because Verstappen didn't qualify. He has fresh intermediate tyres waiting in the pits for him. Oh, would anybody switch to intermediates at this point? I guess it depends now how heavy the rain is going to come down. So the umbrellas are out. There must be some kind of rain there. And who's going to be the first car to make a mistake, though? Because somebody is going to slip up. And I hope it's not Norris or Hamilton. I really do. Or Sainz for that case. It'd be great to see Sainz on the podium. 2.4 seconds between Perez and Sainz. So Perez will try to close down Sainz now and get that last podium position. And you know what? I just don't have the heart for it. I couldn't be arsed about Perez getting on the podium here. He's just... Sainz is saying get ready for the inters. Sainz is a good wet weather driver. I think Sainz could do something good here. Hamilton, 0.5 of a second. Norris has run wide, and he's managed to get back on ahead of Hamilton. Hamilton needs to be careful here. The track is clearly very slippery, and I said I hoped one of these two didn't make a mistake with the wet weather, and it's Norris who's made the first mistake, but he's held the lead somehow. He's held the lead, and he's pulling away from Hamilton now. Hamilton is trying his best to be extra careful here. Hawkimi Hawk, yeah, and Mercedes needs to hire strategy experts from Red Bull. Oh, I don't know. Red Bull haven't been so hot on the strategy themselves. Red Bull have kind of that X factor. They're not afraid to do things. I think Mercedes, of course, having won for so many years in a row now, are really scared about doing something that means they lose. Blazing Gamer, what place is Ricardo in? Ricardo is in 6th place at the moment. So that means Alonso has just gotten past. Mercedes makes so many bad mistakes, though. They do make a lot of mistakes. I think on balance, though, between Red Bull and Mercedes, it's been pretty even this season. I will say, though, that Mercedes seem to be the much more cynical team. And the reason I say that is because they do things like this, where they're putting Bottas. I'm losing my mind here because my stream has stopped. I'm trying to get it back up and running. So they're doing this thing where they're putting Bottas down to try and cover off Ricardo. Also, there was the whole incident where they tried to slow down the pit stops because clearly Red Bull were just kicking their ass at the pit stops. It was just working really, really well for them. Ricardo, what's Ricardo done? He's dropped down. He's in 8th place now. No, Daniel, what are you doing? I need to get my stream back. I want to see what's happening here. Come on. This is like torture. Taking this race away from me at the last moment like this. 1.6 seconds then between Norris and Hamilton. Russell, Raikkonen, Bottas. Yeah, Bottas, you might as well. He's into the pits. Mazepin is into the pits. Might as well, Mazepin. Get the home win if you can. Perez. Oh, Perez is very far now behind. So Perez has gotten past Sainz. Damn it. Anyway. I lose my stream for a couple of minutes, and then all of this happens, and Ricardo has slipped down as well. I don't know if my stream is coming back. It keeps dropping now. Oh, Hamilton hasn't come in. They thought Hamilton might come in. Alonso has overtaken Sainz. Alonso's into 4th. Come on, Alonso. Alonso for the win here. Now we're on board with Vettel. He's in 9th place. There's Lance Stroll. Oh, Stroll has hit his teammate. You have got to be kidding me. Stroll. Oh my God, he closed the door and he pushes Vettel into the wall. Vettel is still going though. I don't know if he has damage. That was not cool. Not cool at all. Ricardo is in 8th place. Leclerc is in 5th place. Norris tells his engineer to shut up. Verstappen's in the pits as well. Verstappen is in the pits. Woo! What a finish to this race. Here goes Verstappen now. What can Verstappen do? Vettel is up into 6th. Hamilton backing, Mudge07. Hamilton is backing off from his gap timing. A bad twitch from Norris in the wet, and perhaps would take them both out. Yeah, that's a very good point. He could be hedging his bets on 2nd place. Yeah, well, it probably seems like the safest thing to do now. There are 4 laps left, though. Norris is saying he's not coming in. Is Hamilton going to come in? Hamilton is into the pits. Oh my God, what a decision by Norris here. What a decision. Now, where's Verstappen? Verstappen is in 7th place on the Inter tyres. Hamilton's on the radio saying it stopped raining, and they've just put the Inter tyres on him. It's not raining at the moment, though, so whoever's on the dry weather tyres at the moment... Hawky Hawk. You want Russell to be in the points, though. Where is Russell at the moment? Oh, he's down in 13th, but Russell has pitted for intermediate tyres. So, if the weather gets worse, this is a big advantage for Russell. Bottas is ahead of Russell, though. Vettel is in 6th. He's doing well. And there was Norris. Norris could not get past Mazepin. Mazepin, oh, Norris is really twitching here. Oh, God, has he made the right decision? Oh, Stroll has damage. Stroll into the wall. Who's this? Gasly and Stroll getting together. Alright, guys. Where is Vettel at the moment? Oh, Vettel has dropped right down the order. He's in 10th place. 4.2 seconds. Hang on. What's happening here? So Norris 18 seconds ahead of Hamilton. Alonso's in 3rd place. Bottas is up into 11th. Oh no, Norris, this is not working. 17 seconds, just watching the time falling away for Norris here. This looks very good for Hamilton at the moment. Now, there is only 3 laps left. There are only 3 laps left. Oh, hearts in their mouth, for sure. Bottas is up into 10th. Ricciardo's up into 8th. Vettel drops to 9th. Oh my God, 14 seconds. Oh, now there's a lot of rain on the track. Norris is going to have to pit. He's made the wrong decision here. And all the back markers go past Norris as he slides off the track. Four seconds now between Norris and Hamilton. Hamilton is going to have him here. Hamilton has the lead. Norris is off. He's in the wall. Can he get the car going again? He can get the car going. Yellow flags. Verstappen, yes. Mudge, you're right. Verstappen's up into 3rd place. Oh, Norris has thrown it away. I can't believe it. Hamilton is leading the race. Norris is in 2nd, Verstappen's in 3rd, but Norris is going to pit, and that'll probably... Will Verstappen get 2nd place? He will. He'll get 2nd place. Verstappen is going to be in 2nd. It looks like it, but nothing is a given with these conditions at the moment, though. That's the thing. We're coming close now to the last few laps of the race. We've 2 and a bit laps to go. Norris still has the fastest lap of the race, but he needs to finish in the top 10 to actually get something out of this. Yellow flags going off all over the place. Oh my God, what a finish to this race. I said we didn't need the rain. The race was exciting enough, but this is brilliant. I feel so bad for Norris, though. So bad. And Hamilton is going to win his 100th race if he can manage to hold the lead here. Bottas is in 6th place. Alonso is in 7th. Oh, let's have a full run through of the top 10. Russell is up into 10th place. He's gotten past Leclerc. Russell is in 10th. Perez is in 9th. Raikkonen is in 8th place. Alonso is in 7th. Bottas is in 6th. Ricciardo 5th. Sainz 4th. Verstappen 3rd at the moment as it stands. Norris 2nd. Hamilton is in 1st. Oh, Mudge. He ghosted that one like a champion. Still champagne corks for the table leaders. Yeah, well, Verstappen has gone under the radar. These weather conditions have helped Verstappen more than anybody else. Hamilton was always in with a chance of winning this race if the race stayed dry. Yeah, Hawk, Kimmy Hawk, Lewis and Verstappen are a different breed. They're leagues above the rest of these drivers. I think you could make an argument that Norris will be there or thereabouts with them in a couple of years. But they are, of course, Verstappen is younger than Norris, I think. Is he? Well, they're about the same age. But what great excitement here. All right, 52-second lead between Hamilton and Verstappen. So Hamilton has this wrapped up now. He just needs to be very, very careful. Here's Norris coming in. Oh my god. Norris trying to go into the pits and he's spun out of it and he's come back in. Is he going to get a penalty for that? Verstappen is 23. Okay, so Verstappen is older. Yeah, he's a couple of years older than Norris then. I think Norris is like 21. I think Norris is going to be up there as well. And Russell. Big question mark over Russell. Is Russell of that caliber? He had a very dominant Mercedes car last year when he got a shot in it and did quite well in it, regardless of what Mercedes tried to do. And he's done very well in the Williams this year. So I think Russell is possibly there or thereabouts of that caliber. But as it stands right now, yeah, completely agree. Hamilton and Verstappen, leagues above everyone else. Russell is a future champ. Yeah, he probably is a future champ if Mercedes come through with a good car and under the new regulations, then Russell has a great chance. And I really fancy Russell to put the battle up to Hamilton as well. Whether or not he'll be allowed is another story. Another story for another day. We're on the last lap, I think. We're on the last lap. Wow, that came around really fast. Norris is in 8th place, so he is in the top 10. He has the fastest lap. I don't know if he's getting a penalty, though, for what he did there going into the pits. His attempt to go into the pits, but surely they have to be lenient. He did not do that on purpose. It was the conditions, just he couldn't control the car. Sainz is in 3rd place and Ricciardo is in 4th. So Ricciardo will finish ahead of his teammate. Here's the clock on the screen. Hamilton going all the way up to 100 race wins. He's going to get this. He wins. Hamilton wins. 100 race wins for Lewis Hamilton. It's a historic day, and what a race to mark the history as well. What an awesome race. My goodness. Verstappen in 2nd place, so Verstappen will remain in the lead of the championship, I believe, by maybe 1 or 2 points. Lando Norris, oh my god. That call. Can Norris get past Raikkonen? 0.2 of a second between Raikkonen and Norris. Can he get the move done? Yeah, he gets the move done. He gets past Raikkonen. Perez is in 9th. Russell is in 10th at the moment. These guys haven't finished on my stream yet. But just looking at the timing on the screen, I can see that, yeah, the race is over. So Verstappen is confirmed in 2nd place. And here comes Sainz for 3rd place. Where's Ricciardo? Ricciardo is in 4th. Oh, Leclerc was lapped. I thought Leclerc had snuck in there for 4th place. What happened to Leclerc? He dropped right down to 15th. Bottas has 5th place and Alonso then will get 6th place. Norris will get 7th. Raikkonen 8th. Just waiting for all this to be confirmed. Yeah, Perez in 9th. And Russell gets the final point in 10th place. Hamilton now. He is giving his thanks to the team. A lot of credit to the team. They deserve it. The Mercedes has been just such an awesome car since what year was it? 2014? 2015? Utterly dominant. Great team. And Hamilton, of course, is a great driver as well. I suspect a little bit of celebrating will be going on in Red Bull as well. Fastest lap of the race is confirmed. It's Lando Norris. And I guess nobody was going to beat that with the conditions towards the end of the race there. Russell, yeah, he gets 10th place. Good for Russell. Lewis Hamilton wins the race. Lando had a good day, but was unlucky. Yeah, he had a very good day. Was he unlucky or was he naive with his call? He shut down the engineer. He was not allowing him to have his say. Norris was convinced that his way was the correct way, and he's paid the price for that. I feel very bad for him. He was so close to that elusive race win. So close to a second McLaren win in a row as well. But this is the way Formula 1 is. It's very unforgiving, and it goes like this sometimes. But we do have something to celebrate. We have Hamilton. He's won his 100 Grand Prix. An amazing record with Schumacher and his 91 wins. Amazing, amazing to ever think that a driver would get 100 race wins. I know the seasons are slightly longer these days and the cars are a little more reliable. That definitely helps. But you're not just going to turn up and win 100 races. You have to be something special to do that. And Hamilton certainly is that. He's going over now to congratulate the team. Verstappen will win another day. Considering he started in last place and to come second, it's an awesome result for him as well. He will be thrilled with that. And very nice for Sainz to get another podium finish. Sainz, of course, looking for that elusive first race win, but in reality, it never looked like he was going to win today. He was there or thereabouts at the start of the race, but this was Norris's race to lose, and unfortunately, he did lose it. He did lose. Wow, okay. I think I'm going to need a little bit of a lie down after that. What a great race. The adrenaline is still rushing from that. I was very nervous at the start of this race because so many things could have gone wrong. You know, Verstappen could have crashed being so far down the field. What type of a start was Hamilton going to get? What was Bottas going to do? It was, it was all there. And I don't think we can say this race let us down whatsoever. What a fantastic race. Really enjoyed that. Thank you very much to everybody who joined us today as well for the watch along. Really appreciate your support, appreciate your comments, your likes, your thumbs ups, everything else like that. It's been fantastic to have you here, and we hope to be back again soon for another race. Final comment here from Hawkimmy Hawk. I want Hamilton to win his 8th championship, but he has to back off a bit next year. I don't know. It's a really tall ask for Hamilton to win his 8th championship this year, especially if he does have an engine penalty coming up. If Verstappen manages to get anywhere close to that 25 points lead again with 7-8 races left this season, it's got to be tough. But Hamilton's the man. He can do it. If anyone can do it, it can be Hamilton. And that will be a definitive record as well. 100 race wins is great, but 8 world titles, a very, very definitive win it would be. Anyhow, I'm going to leave it there for now. As I said, thanks for joining us. See you again really, really soon, and congrats to Lewis Hamilton on his 100 race win.